I think I've already just touched base on this one. Learn as many names as possible. That is the greatest power you will have, is to get kids' names down, as I mentioned. Asking for a rundown from support staff. The support staff are phenomenal when you work at a school. They know the ins and outs. They're the ones that are sort of at the, maybe at the back of the classroom, on the side of the classroom when you're leading the whole class, that are that extra set of eyes. So talk to them, and make sure you befriend them as soon as you possibly can, to make sure that, that you're both on the same side and you're both there to work together to help the kids. Don't underestimate the power of positive reinforcement. This is a huge one. I think a lot of the time we think of behaviour management as like looking after negative behaviour, but it's also managing positive behaviour too. And it's making sure that those children that are doing the right thing, it's being highlighted and it's being reinforced. And by doing that, it means that you have, again, it comes back to that word we used before, which is consistency. That if you're doing it for one child, you need to make sure you do it for the others as well. It's not always just focusing on the kid that is always doing the best work, that you go, hey, like, Angeline over there is doing a wonderful job. Like, we're going to make sure everyone should be looking at what she's doing, because that can upset children more than maybe the positive that would come out of it. But if you get another kid that's not doing the right thing, and they do step in line and they do the right thing at that point, you can encourage them and say, that's exactly what I want to see. That was fantastic. Like, keep up more of that. And just speaking positively towards them, because at the end of the day, kids just crave to have someone's approval. That's what they want. They want to please. It might come across in different ways, but that's really what it boils down to. Familiarising yourself with the school's behaviour policy, reward system and expectations. Again, we have spoken about this just before, but you have the opportunity to jump online onto the school website. There will be behaviour policies there that you can access. And you can look it ahead. Alternatively, when you get in at the start of the day, if you are a daily supply teacher, you can have a look through when you're sitting and waiting in the front reception, or just making sure, if you're in a long-term position, that you are aware, what can I do for behaviour? What is the reward as well? Rewards back home, for me, I used to spend way too much money at Officeworks and like $2 shops and stuff, buying little toys or little things, because that was okay at my school. But in London, that's very much not the case. It's not about being able to give a prize, a physical prize. It is much more about using positive reinforcement, and if there's rewards. In primary school, we've got there's like golden hour for a lot of schools, so the kids get an hour on a Friday where they get to choose what they want to do. You can add that if the children are all working great. You can say, right, you've got an extra 5 minutes onto your golden hour, or you can choose what you want to do for the golden hour. But again, looking at the flip to that as well, if they're not doing the right thing, you can say, well, you've just deducted 5 minutes from golden hour, so now you're only on 55 minutes. So it's being aware of that, so you kind of know the currency that you're working with. And then knowing the names of senior leadership team, to be able to just in a split second say, well, I'm going to be going and talking to Miss Smith, who's in senior leadership. You're going to be able to, like, it's not worrying the kids by any means, but it's making them know that you know who's in charge and that they will be enforced. And again, following up. If you do mention their name and you do say, right, I am going to be speaking to Miss Smith, whoever they are in leadership, you can say, well, I'm going to be going to them, and go to them and make sure it is known to them. Otherwise, it can go missed and it doesn't really count.
That's it. And knowing the names of the senior leadership team, or knowing the behaviour management policy, it just gives you that extra little bit of confidence as well. So just like saying, oh, that's fine if you want to play it like that way, but Mr. Jones might think otherwise, and they think, oh, he knows Mr. Jones. I might pull my head in now. Like you can sort of have that extra bit of confidence, because you know that you can, try and use those strategies to try and help, I guess, de-escalate any sort of situations from arising. And for any sort of, if there are any Aussies sort of listening today as well, support staff, I've found from my experience here as well, and I think Phoebe might agree, is that the support staff are sort of more many or common, I suppose, across here. So you will sort of have, it's more often that you will have a support staff member in your classroom. Just teaching assistants in general, maybe more popular in the UK education system. So there will be that sort of additional support, and people who know the school, know the names of the students, know which ones to look out for, and know the behaviour management policy as well, and can help you. So sort of make sure you try and make use of them as well. All right.